नमस्कार. आयच्या ह्या खाशेल्या कार्यावळीत तुमकां सगळ्याक येवकार. आज आमच्यो अशी गेस्ट आसात. म्हाका दिसता जेन्ना सामकी एवरीथींग लुक्स डल, एवरीथींग लुक्स व्हेरी सॅड, एंड देर इज वन सेक्टर दॅट इज गिवींग अस होप कंटिन्युअसली, एंड दॅट इज फार्मा. आनी आज आमच्यो अशी गोंयकार गेस्ट आसात जांचे गोंयकार कंपनीन जगभर नांव केलां. जिनो फार्मास्युटिकल्साचे एक्झिक्युटीव डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर प्रमोद साळगांवकर. मॅडम, वेलकम टू द शो. हांव सुरवातीक एकूच प्रश्न विचारता की वेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एवरीथींग इज गोईंग डावन, फार्मा इज वन सेक्टर दॅट वी फील इज गोईंग अप. So how do you look at this entire situation? We'll start with that and then we'll move ahead.
Okay. Actually, pharma is going up. It has always been going up because health is the priority. And at least I always feel that, people don't realize it until it strikes us in a way like this. All these years, we were saying that health has to be the priority of the governments also. It's not the priority only of the individual, because I know all of us want to be healthy, but what are we doing for it? So it is the same thing with governments. What are you doing so that people remain healthy? What kind of SOPs you have in different situations so that it doesn't affect the health of the people? Like there is that saying, no, health is number one, and after that all the other zeros. No matter you may achieve anything in life, if you are not healthy, you cannot enjoy that. So we have to prioritize the health as an issue. So that is why I feel that today pharma is doing well, because everybody is scared. Everybody is scared that what is going to happen. So the only thing that comes to their rescue is doctors, the entire health service, and then the medicine, so the pharma. So I won't say, and I will be never happy to say this also, that today's situation is good for pharma. No, as an industry, yes, we will have to meet this challenge, because we will have to, hike up our production. We have to innovate. We have to do the research. We have to come up to meet the challenge. But I'm not happy about it. Surely I'm not happy.
एक गजाल मुद्दम विचारची दिसता की आज जेन्ना ह्या परिस्थिती कडेन तुमी पळयतात, एज अ सेक्टर, वॉट डू यू थिंक आर द चॅलेंजीस बिफोर यू? युजली वेन आय टॉक टू अदर सेक्टर्स, जनरली ते खबर आहा की इकॉनॉमिक सिच्युएशन अशी आसा, लोकांची पर्चेसिंग पावर कमी जाल्या. दॅट्स अ डिफरंट इशू. यू टॉक ऑन डिफरंट लायन्स. बट फ्रॉम द फार्मा पर्स्पेक्टिव्ह, what are the immediate challenges that you see the sector has in front of it?
When we were qualified as essential services, that was one of the best steps that the government took, because just like any other industries, we also went into lockdown. Okay, after the third, fourth day, and we were really very much worried, because like any other business, we also want our production halted totally. Then we have a lot of employees who come from other states. No, and they are not daily wages, not the migrant type, but technical people. So they all went back, and then we were wondering, 21 days is what the lockdown has been announced. But then will it be lifted after 21 days? So do we prepare? This was much before. Do we prepare, manufacture, and keep the stocks? And then what happens? Where do we store? And there are a lot of other, particularly for pharma, which is into exports, which is into domestic marketing all over the country. A lot of other issues, because our godowns are there everywhere. Our CNF agencies, which stock the goods, they are there all over the country. The safety, security of goods, in what condition they are maintained. So all these issues had to be looked into, and we didn't have much time. In fact, I have a complaint against the government, and I would like to say this. This 4 hours, that period which was given to the entire country before the lockdown, it has done a lot of damage. I mean, you announced, government announced, our Honorable Prime Minister announced it at 8 o'clock, and 12 o'clock the lockdown started. So next day onwards, we had to ensure that our goods everywhere, which are there all over, they are safe. Goods back in the factory, they are safe. All the manpower had to be, we have people staying in different places. Everybody had to be informed that this is how you stay at home. You have to, whatever, if nobody in our profession, it's very difficult to stay at home. Manufacturing doesn't take place at home. I cannot manufacture in my kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, our medical representatives, they can't work from home. They have to go and meet the doctor. So what do they do? What is working from home for them? And to, to even evolve these different kind of strategies, there was a need to meet and discuss, and so there was no time. So for us, this came as a, though we were thinking there's going to be lockdown because cases had not increased that much, but definitely other countries had shown, they have set the pattern. So we knew that this pattern is going to descend in our country also. We are going to have lockdown. So we had slowed down on certain recruitments. We were taking precautions, but then it did come sudden. It came when we were not fully prepared for it. Fully prepared. Okay. So when the production halted and everybody was at home, we had to then decide on our strategies, how we run the business for next, whatever the lockdown period, it is 21 days. And then as we were discussing and all that, suddenly we were in the list of essential services. That came as another shock. Because we thought at least for a period of time, we would get some kind of a, that we would be able to plan. Now we have to go in production. So where is the question of strategies for the lockdown? No, there is no lockdown for us. This was the first thing that we tried to communicate to the employees. No lockdown in our industry, in pharma, in Geno. So then we had to literally, and that was at that time, that was my role also because I look after HR. We had to literally convince them that this corona is not dangerous. Can you believe it? When I know in my heart of heart what a tricky virus this is, it's baffling to all kinds of lodging as well as to our immune system. It is that way, such a treacherous thing. But I had to tell our workforce, please join back. And then while classifying us as essential, government didn't do anything else. Government did not provide the transport. So then it comes, how do our people travel to work? So then they said, you arrange your travel, you arrange your buses for them. So that was then another big issue because we had to hire buses. We had to ensure that bus driver is negative, tested negative. We had to ensure that the buses are sanitized. They set up SOPs for getting into bus and getting out of bus, and how do they sit in all that social distancing thing had to be observed right from getting inside my gate up to the manufacturing, right up inside the plant. Now there's only one good thing with pharma, because we are, they're trained in hygiene. Our entire workforce is trained in hygiene. They don't have it told to wash their hands and that they should not touch here and touch there, because that's a normal thing for them. It's very normal inside the plant. Everybody they will not, they'll go to the loo, they will be washing their hands thoroughly, they will sanitize. So these issues, we didn't have problem. The issue was, how do they come to work? How do they go back? How do they convince people, their families, that they don't bring the virus in the family? So these are the issues, just like the medical personnel, we had to sort out this part of it.
आता या क्षणाक सावन मुखार जेन्ना तुम्ही पळयतात तेन्ना चॅलेंजीस कितें दिसतात?
आता challenges, once we start production, it was like normal working for us. So we are, as far as manufacturing is concerned, we are on track. We are working, our manpower is back. Okay, little issues there regarding those who are from outside the state, especially Maharashtra. So we are working, some of them have not come back and we are working without them. We had to bring a few with government permission. We got them in, we got them tested, we got them quarantined, and now they are back. But they're very few. There are about just 5, 6. So we could manage without them also. Now coming to the more important part of business, which is actually marketing. Our marketing, which is all over the country, most of them, as it is in a pharma business, it's very difficult to monitor their work. What they do, they have to go to the doctor and they have to promote the products. And once doctor starts writing, it is that job is done. So that is what pharma in marketing is. Now, in that respect, we are still struggling. We are still struggling because the boys and the MRs, they are not able to move, especially during the lockdown period. They had a lot of issues getting out of the house, visiting. Most important was our customer, who is a doctor, didn't want to see them.
Yeah.
He didn't want to hear. He didn't want to open his clinic. So there was the main hurdle. So somehow now even the doctors have opened the clinics. So marketing definitely has taken a big hit. So otherwise from manufacturing side we are on.
one thing I want to ask. एक गजाल आमी सदांच गोंयची जेन्ना म्हणटात तेन्ना हे हब ते हब म्हणजे शब्द वापरपाक आमकां बरे दिसतात. पण ऑलरेडी गोंया भितर बरी बरी फार्मास्युटिकल कंपनीज आसात. गोवा ऑलरेडी इज अ फार्मा हब. डू यू थिंक गव्हर्मेंट इज डुईंग इनफ टू फोकस अपॉन दिस सेक्टर आणि also look at the further growth of this sector in the state, which can provide that economic impetus that is required?
Goa is definitely pharma hub, okay, and it has been for over now last about 15-20 years. After mining, tourism, pharma was the biggest revenue earner, and goods are exported from here. Now the question is, what I wonder if any big pharma unit has come in the last say 7-8 years. There isn't. In fact, when we are trying to put up an export oriented plant, even we are not getting the kind of backing that we require. We require land, we require all those permissions. At every stage things are being delayed. In fact, on the permissions the feet are dragged. So I'm not very happy about the way Goa government is handling the.
तुम्ही म्हणटात की गोंयच्या भितर आनीकय फार्मा सेक्टराची ग्रोथ जावपाचें पोटेन्शियल आसा, पण एडमिनिस्ट्रेशना कडच्यान सरकारा कडच्यान जो तेंको मेळपाक जाय त्या बाबतींत कांयच जायना.
Definitely asa. Actually even for us, we are looking we have got actually a big demand, but we are not able to manufacture. We are manufacturing on loan licensing for in so many other plants. So we need to have a much bigger plant than the one which we have, but we're not getting the required help from government.
आज जेन्ना तुम्ही रिक्वायर्ड हेल्प म्हणटात तेन्ना वॉट डू यू एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम द गव्हर्मेंट? माय फायनल क्वेश्चन इज व्हेरी सिंपल. तुमकां जर सरकाराक आज सांगपाचें आसा ह्यो 3 गजाली पयलीं करात, जाल्यार वॉट आर दोज 3 थिंग्स दॅट यू वूड लायक टू रेकमेंड टू द गव्हर्मेंट?
Yeah, government, first of all, when government, some entrepreneur comes to the government, don't look at him with the suspicion that he has come to loot or he will not be able to raise the money. Even for us who have been running this industry in Goa, running this pharma company in Goa for nearly 35-36 years, even they ask us when we go for we wanted permissions for the new plant and this investment promotion board. When we went with our project, we were asking from where you will raise the remaining funds. So it was a project for 60 crores. Now, of course, it will be on hold for some time. So 60 crores. So we got all the papers for arranging up to 40 crores. Where are you going to arrange the remaining? I mean, what business it is of government to see from where we arrange the money?
Yeah.
They should actually encourage us.
Yeah, government actually should not have any business to be in the business.
Very
Exactly.
clear.
Yes.
मॅडम थँक्स अ लॉट फॉर टॉकिंग टू अस. म्हाका दिसता परत अनेक 15-20 दिसांनी उलोवया, बिकॉज तुमचो एक्सपिरियन्स आनी एक गोंयकार कंपनीचो जांचे जागतीक दर्जा नांव आसा. आय थिंक वी नीड युअर एक्सपर्टीज, वी नीड युअर इनपुट्स आनी ह्यो गजाली सरकारा म्हऱ्याक पावप तितल्योच गरजेच्यो. सो थँक्स अ लॉट फॉर टॉकिंग टू अस.
My pleasure.
परत कांय दिसांनी परतय उलोवया. पळयत रावात प्रुडंट. नमस्कार.